Have you received that dreaded letter from the IRS and you're not sure what to do? Here's everything you need to know. My name is Daniel Cotts. I'm a licensed tax attorney. Dealing with the IRS is what I do. I help people in all 50 states settle their IRS tax problems and move on with their lives. If you're being pursued by the IRS for back taxes, unfiled tax returns, visit my website or give us a call, set up a time to talk. We'll go over your case, figure out what the next steps are. On this week's video, we're discussing what to do and we'll guide you through the steps on how to respond to IRS notices. Receiving a notice from the IRS can be a daunting experience, especially if it's your first time. It can trigger a myriad of emotions ranging from panic to confusion, especially if you're not sure about how to go about it. However, it's important to remember the IRS sends notices to taxpayers for many different reasons, ranging from requesting additional information or clarification on something, or maybe it's collections. Whatever the reason is for the notice you received, the important thing to remember is don't ignore it. The first step, take a deep breath, read the notice thoroughly and carefully. Make sure you understand what they're asking about. Any IRS notice is going to contain the reason for the communication, whether it's clarification, or if it's placing you under audit. It will be pretty clear from the letter. Now, if you don't understand the information that's presented, what they're asking for, do not hesitate to get professional assistance. Ignoring the notice or failing to understand the information can really cause problems. They're going to raise red flags to the IRS. You're going to be hit with the penalties and interest. You need to understand what is they're asking for. After reading the notice, the first step is to determine whether you agree or disagree with the notice. If you agree with the findings, you can simply follow the directions in the notice. That's going to be paying a given amount due or providing the requested documentation. Now, if you disagree with the findings, you're going to need to provide a formal response and provide supporting documentation. Now, you're typically going to have about 30 days from the date of the notice to respond, and it's vital that you respond within that time frame. Now, ensure you keep detailed records of all communications with the IRS. Keep copies of any letters, emails, phone calls, faxes you have with the IRS. It's amazing how many times the IRS is going to lose record of a communication, and if you don't have the record, then it didn't happen. And make sure you get the names of any individuals you're speaking with, and they should provide you right up front with their name and their identification number. Make sure you write that down. Now, when you receive a notice from the IRS, it's always advisable to seek professional assistance to help guide you through the process. A tax professional such as an enrolled agent or a tax attorney, they can help you prepare a proper response. They can also help you negotiate with the IRS and file any necessary appeals if you disagree with the findings. Appeals is a tricky situation because you only have a limited amount of time to file an appeal on a finding you disagree with, and if you miss that time, you miss out. A tax professional can also help you with compliance matters. Make sure you're keeping up with your filings and that you don't fall further behind or miss anything else, and you're providing proper documentation. This will help make sure you avoid any future tax issues that might arise. Responding to an IRS notice can be stressful and time-consuming. However, it's essential you see the process through the end so you can avoid any potential penalties or maybe even legal action. If you have more questions, contact my law firm in the description or check out the rest of my content. Don't let the IRS dictate your life. No matter where you're located across the U.S., I can help get the IRS off your back. Contact Cotts Law and let's start building your defense against the IRS today.